Hello, I'm Holland's Boy, and I'm trying to beat Decenders without dying once. Now this is gonna be a pain in the ass, because I've only ever beat the game twice, and that's with plenty of deaths. So, how am I gonna do this, you may wonder? Well, plenty of attempts. This video is gonna have the first 25, because that might shock you, but I don't make it all the way to the end. But before we start, I gotta lay out some ground rules. 1, I'm gonna take the path of least resistance. Whether it be through hard nodes, easy nodes, doesn't matter, as long as it gets me there the fastest, it's cool. Well, as long as it's fire node. Fire nodes I do not do, because it makes the final boss jump harder, and the final boss jump is already hard enough. 2, death means death. Well, no matter what, if I die or not, if I die and then it reaches the level, doesn't matter. If I die, it is over. And lastly, before we start this adventure, let's talk about where I'll be going. 1, the Highlands. The Highlands is where most of my attempts start and end. And it is some sprawling plains with some rocks and trees, but it is very, very safe. If I go off the trail, there's a very high probability of survival. It's my favorite spot because it's the easiest. Number 2, the forest. The forest is way different from the Highlands in that it is completely not a good idea to go off the trail, because if you go off the trail, you can die to a tree, because that's what it is, a forest. So if you stay on the trail and don't fall off the cliffs, you'll be good. Number 3, the canyons. The canyons are, well, canyons. They're steep, much like the forest, but there's less repercussions for going off the side. But if you go too fast and fly off a jump, you will most likely die. And lastly, the peaks. The peaks are the final level, hosting the biggest drops and the most repercussions for going off the side, because you'll just slide off the mountain. So don't do that. But if I do manage to brave all 4 of these, I win. So let's get to it. The very first run, I must admit, I was hoping maybe I could finish this in one attempt. Maybe I could just not have to record so many hours of content. But I was stupid. While there was an incident on the rocks, I was really about it. I did unfortunately meet my fate after attempting a 720, which was underwhelming. Well, more attempts, here we come. Attempt number 2. Maybe the second attempt would work, but no. While I did dodge on hay bales and hit a pretty spooky jump, I fell victim to the Highlands boss jump. The first of many. After coming so close to clearing the Highlands, I was scared that I may never do it, but my luck changed. After only having to clear 3 levels to get to the boss jump, I actually made it, my first time out of the Highlands. But it didn't last. After seeing him sleeping jump, I fly off and die. Go again. Attempt 4 was fairly uneventful. While we did see a castle for the first time, there was a surprisingly long trek to the boss jump, and even though I made it, I got blocked by the train and fell to my death. On attempt number 5, I made it to the boss jump again, but the train stopped me again. This time I landed on it and it pushed me to the side, missing the landing zone. I got far less far on run number 6, and I just flew off the jump and died. Attempt number 7. While riding, another biker rides straight through me, which is pretty creepy, and then there's only 2 levels to the boss jump, but I died in the first one. Attempt number 8. I just fly off the castle and die. Attempt number 9. Largely uneventful, flying out on the rocks, where I actually undershoot it, but I'm able to save myself and just barely get out of it. But unfortunately, I just hit a bad jump at the boss jump, not the boss jump, and die. Run 10. After flying off the corner, I slam into a rock and die. Run 11. I nearly die when flying off the jump, but I land it, and no, I don't make it to the end though. I fly after the boss jump and die instead. Run 12. I make it to the forest, but unfortunately a backflip leads me astray and I fly into a tree and die. Run 13. I make it past the first 3 levels, but instead of going through the gate in the 3rd level, I hit the gate, which killed me. Run 14. Apparently, enabling speedrun timer gives me some crazy luck, because I land a really big jump, and then after the castle, I hit an absolute clip. Now I thought I died here, but my wheel caught the castle and was able to do a front flip, and it saved my life. Unfortunately, as per usual, my luck ran out at the boss jump, and I died. Run 15. While a fairly uneventful run, I had to leave halfway through, so the speedrun timer got really, really long. It doesn't really matter, because I died in the first anyways. Run 16. I very nearly died to a tree, but then I lived. And then I hit a backflip, front flip, and 360 and combo like fashion. I had another situation like run 14 where my wheel catches on a special jump and it makes me live, which is really cool. Unfortunately, my luck is met by having to do 7 levels between me and the boss jump, and I run into a similar situation I did to attempt number 9, but I'm not able to save myself. Attempt 17. I stupidly go into a fire node, which is one of the basic rules to not do, so I just give up. Run 18. This is my shortest run yet. I die when I'm out of the jump, but then it glitches and I just die. I don't know what happens here, but it is very peculiar. Run 19. I barely managed to clip the end zone at this one level, but unfortunately I clipped a jump in the forest and just died. Attempt 20. Unfortunately I just hit a front flip and then hit my head on a tree and died. Attempt 21. I very nearly landed on the rocks, and I managed to slam into a rock but not die. But unfortunately I hit a 360 degree and I just died in the forest. Attempt 22, my most confusing run. So at the end of a level I die to a hay bale, but I still go through the end coast. I think about changing the rules where I just have to clear the level, but I just stick to the old rules and just stick to not die. Attempt 23, my shortest run. I literally only last 17.91 seconds, and I just fall off a jump and die. Run 24, yet another fly off a jump and die situation. Run 25, this is it, the end. Of course, for this very dramatic sequence, if you hadn't already noticed, my OBS isn't recording full screen, so I quickly fix that, but then I get back to it. I can feel it. This is the run. This is the run I finally win. But I don't. For the first time in this entire run I encounter fog, in the forest no less. So the rational decision is to go slower on jump so I don't overshoot and die. But, unfortunately, on my second jump I don't have enough speed. I roll back into the jump and it kills me. A very sad ending to my very poorly done attempts. And well, that was it. My 25 attempts to beat Decenders without dying has failed. Now, while I'm not surprised, this isn't the end of it. I plan on doing more attempts and eventually just trying to beat the game in full, but it's going to be a bit. And it's going to be a very long time until that happens. But I want to thank you for sticking around to the end of this video. I'm just getting back into the swing of YouTube, and this is I would say my best project yet. It's just actually, if I had to put a lot of time into this, but honestly, I'm starting to get back into the swing of things, so yeah, honestly, if you want to see more stuff like this, and maybe me even beating Descenders without dying, like and subscribe. Alrighty, see ya.